lovelies, how are you? We are on a road trip, the family and I. I might do a little vlog on it with my other camera. I'm using my iPhone today, and it's just so much easier to upload. I just had to show y'all my hair. Oh my goodness, I just did my wash day last night. This looks really good. I was starting to feel a little stressed about it because it looked kind of like dull. But then I was like, well, you know, I haven't done my henna treatment in about 8 days, you know. And I want to tell y'all about rice water, how I added that to my regimen, and I want you to add it to yours. Everybody's talking about it. They've been talking about it. I've been talking about it. But I think I needed to get over the smell, and I needed to figure out how I was going to put it in my regimen and all of that. So I encourage you to put it in your regimen. I'll tell you how I've been putting it in mine. First, say hi to Rocco. Hey, Rocco, you look cute. And there you go, that's Lily. Y'all never met Lily. Say hi, Lily. Lily is the sweetest dog. I am not a dog person, but I am a Lily person. Right, honey?
Yeah.
Say hi, honey. So we're all here driving. My daughter's, you know where she is. She's in the Netherlands. By the way, the baby's growing so much. He's so smart. Sweetheart, he's just discovering his hands. All right, let me get to the point here. So my point is that I just did my wash day yesterday, and I'm so pleased with how it looks, and I want to tell you everything I did to reach this, get this hairstyle. I decided to put it up. I just didn't want to deal with it being out, and this is kind of a semi-protective style for me, and I think you can see it. I just really, let's see if you can see it, love how it came out. I love the sheen. Oh my goodness, if you want to know how I did this, then stay tuned. All right, so make sure you subscribe, make sure you like you have pressed the bell, and that you see all the other videos, the wash day routine part 1 through 5. Go ahead and check the Patrice D. Evans channel. I put up a new song yesterday from Amare La Negra, the Water Bam Bam. I thought that was cute, Kizumba. So I hope you check that out. Anyway, this is what the rice water is. I've already talked about it in the past, but I'm going to tell you about what it is and how I use it and how you should use it. I want to encourage you to use it. You can make it a challenge if you want to, however you want to do it. But I think it's contributed to my hair looking this shiny and this together. But once again, it's part of a routine. It's a treatment-like thing. It's not something you can do like all the time. It's part of your routine, okay? So do it on your wash day. All right, so this is the deal. Rice water is something from the Ya women in Asia, and their hair is about 6 foot long, and it's really, really long and shiny. They don't get grays apparently because of it. And inositol is the main ingredient that's in the rice water that goes into your hair shaft, and it actually is able to reach the actual core of your hair and strengthen it. Something like a protein treatment and a conditioner in one. It also lets each strand not, look at that, how they're separate. Keeps them from rubbing up against one another, you know, each other, which is all of elasticity. It gives you more elasticity. It conditions and strengthens, shines your hair growth. It has hair growth properties, a lot of vitamins and minerals and all these wonderful things. Now, when you think of our hair, when I first heard of all of these wonderful qualities that rice water had, I thought our hair needed it most. Now you can go back to an old video of mine where I talk about it more. I explain it more, but I can quickly explain it, and I can quickly reiterate the importance of bringing it back into our regimen. Our hair breaks easily. It's drier. We have to deal with detangling and how it intertwines, and we get the single strand knots, and these are the things we deal with, you know. So what the exact things that this rice water does would be the best thing for our hair. So I think in our community, the natural kinky curly hair community, we need to be implementing rice water as a staple part of our regimen. And I'm just going to be the one to say it. This is something we all really need in our regimen, okay? Along with everything else you have, please find a way to put it in. Now, one more thing. It is rice, okay? How much money is that? Cheap. Not only that, but I'm gonna do some kind of challenge to get rid of my dark spots with it, because it's good for your skin as well. So I want y'all to jump on board with me. We're doing a health cleansing the body inside and out. This is part of our challenge. Add this to your challenge in terms of your beauty and your outer part of your body. But go ahead and start seeing the benefit on your skin and on your hair. This is how you make it, and this is how it works. You're going to take a half a cup or a cup of rice, and you are going to clean it. And then you're going to take 2 cups of water, distilled water preferred, and the rice should be organic rice. Wild rice is the best, but organic rice is what is preferred because it has more of the nutrients and is better. You can look it up. It's all over YouTube. Okay, you've heard me talk about this plenty of times, but now I've decided I'm going to make it a staple. I'm not going to let myself fall off this time. I don't care if I go on vacation like I did before or not. No matter how bad it smells, I'm going to keep going, guys. So I hope I encourage you to do the same. All right, so you take that, you add 2 cups, at least 2 cups. You can do more if you want. And if you let it sit for 30 minutes, you'll get some benefit, and that could be a quick level 1 version of you using it if you just need to quickly do something to your hair to get. It's great for repair, by the way. So if you need to repair your hair, you need something quick, and if you're really on a budget, you get so much out of rice water. Go ahead and coconut oil, rice water, get a nice little cheap conditioner and some Rosso clay, and you got yourself a little bit of a, you know. And if you can make my oil, make it, or you can get my oil. But if you're on a budget, these are some things you could do, and you can start really taking care of your hair. So anyway, after 30 minutes, you could use it, but it's best if you use it after 24 hours, maybe 48 hours. But then it's fermented at that point, and it has a smell. I've said this before. I'm just repeating myself for anybody new. And that smell it's awful, but it actually makes the ingredients more potent, and it actually works even more. So you want it for at least 24 hours. I've said this before. One of my subscribers said that she used raspberry. I said this before too. Raspberry and lavender, I believe, and cinnamon. I've decided to take her advice, and I've used it, and it really helps with the smell. I've recently realized that you can add things to the rice water, but I'm here to tell you that it does what it needs to do without adding anything. So don't feel like you need to, because you don't have to. Now the Yao women do add something, and I will tell you that in just a second. Let's just talk about the plain rice water. So you've let it sit for now 24 hours or 48 hours, and now it smells really bad, but it's ready to go. Some people can put it in a spritz bottle, and they do make sure you get your scalp, and you really massage it in your scalp, because it's really getting into your skin, your scalp, and doing its job with the special minerals and everything. And then let it go throughout your hair, saturate your hair in it. What I do is, I do what the Yao women do, and what I've seen some other women do where they really have good results, is I just douse it over my head, and I just drench my head with it, and I make sure that the rice doesn't come out. You can separate the water, rice water, and put it in another container, and then pour that over your head, and have another container under to gather what's falling out, and then redo it, and keep doing it till your hair is saturated. You can leave it in for 15 minutes, and it will go into the core of your hair. Even if you did it for 10 minutes, just at least 15 minutes though, that would be at what we call a level 1. Put it in a plastic cap, like try to drench off some of the liquid stuff. Honestly, you want to kind of put the plastic bag over and get a towel you don't mind smelly, getting dirty, and then sit with that, because if it drips, it really smells. Everything that touches it will smell. So make sure you're prepared for the dripping. And then after 15 minutes, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to put any heat cap, the thermal thing that we have, the steamer. You don't need that. Just put the cap in there. It does its job. It's probably the cheapest way to take care of your hair. I just love it. After 15 minutes, you probably will feel how soft your hair is, and then you rinse it out. And guess what? Even though you've rinsed it out, I rinse it out with a little bit of apple cider vinegar just to close my cuticles. So you can do that. Once you rinse it out, it doesn't come out. It stays in, I believe, for about 3 days. So you want to do it twice a week or once a week when you do your routine. Okay, so that's just rice water by itself. Apparently people all over YouTube have been realizing that they can add things to it, and there's a lady selling her own rice water where she's added some ingredients. You can do that. You can find her, or you can come up with your own. Just want to tell you that most of what we know grows your hair, we basically know what those things are. We know those ingredients by now. I've been telling you what's in my growth oil. We know a lot of herbs and things that already we know grow our hair, so you can create your own, or you can buy somebody else who's done it, whatever works for you. But I just want to tell you that you don't need that to grow your hair, because it's really growing, and people are using it just 2 times and they're seeing a difference. They're seeing growth. I would measure my hair. I'm not the best at that kind of stuff, but I will measure it. Probably, maybe I'll measure at the beginning of next week, because I've been using it for, I've been using it for a while, but I stopped, and now I've started it up again in April. So just measure your hair so you can keep up with how long it's growing. This is post-winter, by the way. This is a great time to repair your hair from winter before you go into the summer and the harsh sun. So use it as a repair, whatever you can use it for. Okay, so that's how you make it. So the Yao women, I believe they go 4 to 5 days with it, and then they boil it afterwards to stop the fermentation, and they add orange peels. I believe they don't add orange, but they add pomelo peeling, which is a fruit that's not, I don't believe it's an American fruit, but we can find it in Walmart. You can find it. And I've seen others use orange peelings. And then there's a special oil, I think it comes from the chamomile tea, that they also put in it. And this is something you can research yourself. So they do add things to it as well. You don't have to, but that's what they do. So do your research if you want to do what they're doing. Otherwise, what I did was I tried it with the rosemary and peppermint I put in there, and I put some cinnamon sticks in there, and that worked really well. I loved what it did with the smell. And then I said, wait a minute, if I could put oil in there, I'm gonna put my growth oil. It already has rosemary and lavender and everything. So if you already have my growth oil, you can go ahead and put that in there. You just take some warm water so it can dissolve better, just shake it up and just use the growth oil. Let it sit for 24 hours. Do it right after it sits for 24 hours, put it on afterwards, however you want to do it. And it already has all these ingredients in it, so you might as well just drip it in there. If you have your own growth oil, if you have some herbs or something you want to just put in there, just use things that you know you want to reach the core of your hair in the rice water. Unless you've learned something otherwise, this seems to work for those who are choosing to do that. I haven't done what the Yao women have done, but I will try it and I will let you know. So that is the rice water update on how to make it and how to put it in your regimen. I can quickly tell you, and then I could do another video in depth. But basically, it could be a pre-poo. So before you're about to do your regimen, and you can go into my other video once again, the part 1 through 5 on how I do my wash day routine, or you can just have your own, or however you're doing it. But I have done it both ways. The pre-poo, right before you're about to do your shampoo, you're going to put your oils in your hair, and you're going to put your rice water in your hair. You could do that. Leave it in there for as long as you want to leave it in there, and then shampoo it. That's one way. Now, I have not really used the rice water as a pre-poo. I mean, I have not liked using the rice water as a pre-poo. Instead, I'd like that tea rinse, because the tea rinse strengthens it. It does all this, and you can put the oil and the tea rinse in there, and then I use my Russell Clay now shampoo, right? My son's being silly. He's being silly. Anyway, he's photo bombing me. No, this is not a photo, video bombing me. Anyway, doesn't he look like me? Lucky him. Anyway, back to me. Anyway, okay, so you did your pre-poo. I would prefer not to do it then. I'd rather do it at the point where you're going to do your conditioner, because it actually, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I believe it could actually take the place of your treatments, your strengthening or your conditioning. You can flip-flop on either one of those, because remember, it strengthens and conditions. So if you wanted to not do your clay one week, and instead you wanted to put the rice water in there, that can strengthen your hair, but then do your conditioner. If you don't want to do conditioner this week, but you want to do the clay, then do the clay. When I say clay, I mean henna, and then do the rice water. So that's how I've done it. So what I did was, last night, I did my Russell Clay. This time I didn't put in my aloe vera or anything. I just did the Russell Clay and the apple cider vinegar. I make sure my scalp was clean, cleaned it really, really well. And that is because I'm low porosity. I gotta make sure my hair is clean. After that, I went in with my henna mask. You guys can get that on the AyurvedaCurls.com website. It's what is extracted out of our oil, so it's the same ingredients but in a different form. Okay, so it's still potent. What I did this time is I just added warm water to it, made it softer, and put it all over my hair, and I left it in for just 30 minutes. So I think that would be the level 2 of, because it was late and I had to get some sleep. So I did that, and after I did that, then I rinsed that out, and then I put my rice water that stunk badly. It sat for about 3 days, I think. And this is what I have to tell you a tip that at the end of this video, I want to tell you a tip that I do, because I'm always honest about how I do it. And you know, when you're busy, you just gotta do what you gotta do. So I had my container of my rice water in the bathroom, and that's where I leave it, because if I'm gonna ferment it, why bring it downstairs in the kitchen when it, you know. So I just poured it over my hair, and I left that in there for about 15 minutes, I believe. And after I did that, I rinsed it out with cool water, and I didn't use my apple cider vinegar because I just was tired. I didn't feel like it. And then I put on a leave-in conditioner, which I just put conditioner in my hair, and kind of rinsed a little bit of it off. But you're gonna put your conditioner in there because you need that slip. I started to detangle my hair, and then I went in with my oil. I use my growth oil for everything. I use it as my sealant. So I sealed with it, but remember, I've added my shea butter as my sealant now. So I started to do that, and I was like, wow, my hair looks so repaired. It felt like it was repaired. And I did all of that. Then it was still kind of wet, and I probably made it a little wetter. Then I put my gel. So this is my gel. Doesn't it look beautiful, y'all? So this is my gel right here. And I love my gel so much. I just love it. Y'all know that I love my gel. Anyway, so I did that, and I wrapped it. I have a new way of wrapping my hair now, because I'm trying to take care of the back and not put bobby pins in the back. So what I did was I did flat twists, 4 flat twists coming from the top all the way to the bottom, and pinned them to the side. So if you want me to do a video about that, comment below and I can work on that. He's gonna have to help me, my son. Anyway, so anyway, I did that, and then I did the wrap here and wrapped it in front. I can show you how I do that, but I've been really trying to work on getting a better wrap that doesn't make me put bobby pins back here, because I'm trying to take care, you know that, I'm taking care of this area back here now. I'm really trying to, and this is kind of my semi-protective style, just to make sure I'm nurturing it and I'm giving it the love that it deserves, you know, because this front, obviously, as you can see, has been very, very loved. So I'm just going to make sure I'm giving this the same amount of love. So I did all that, I wrapped it, and then I took it out, and this is what it looks like. So I'm loving that routine, and I'm loving the fact that I didn't do my honey conditioner mask, because in the middle of the week I want to do, if I'm in the middle of the week and I don't have a lot of time, then I think I'm going to use my rice water as my conditioner. I was thinking that I could put it in my honey mask. That would be fun. So if y'all want to try that with your homemade, if you get mine on AyurvedaCurls.com, go ahead and get my honey mask. Go on my Instagram, AyurvedaCurls Instagram, and you'll see some photos up there of the product. Like it, follow it, please. And I would love for y'all to keep following that. But anyway, and thank you for buying the oils. I'm still getting orders, and I really appreciate y'all so much. But anyway, so that's what I did. That's how I put the rice water in my regimen. And let me think if there's another way I could have done it. So another way I could have done it, where I had my clay mask on, and I did my honey, and after the honey, did the rinse. I could have done it that way. After you do your strengthener and your conditioner, you could do it as a third treatment. So you could do it then too, because it couldn't hurt. I just want to say, I want to be the one to say on YouTube that African American women, or women of African descent, or women that have Afrocentric hair, like we have hair from Africa, kinky curly hair, kinky curly hair, not just curly. Curly, you need to take care of your hair too, but I'm talking about those kinks. I think we absolutely need rice water in our regimen. I'm just gonna say we need it in our regimen, because we're all about not having the kinks so that we don't lose hair. We want to retain. It's all about the retaining, right? We all know by now that all of our hair grows. Doesn't matter what texture hair is strong. It's the retaining, and we work so hard to retain ours because of the kinks, because of how much kinks. And I'm sure girls who have just curly hair struggle with that too. So if this takes care of those things, like the exact things that our hair needs, and I've said this in another video, then why are we sleeping on this? You know what I mean? We really need to get on board with this. You need to find somewhere in your regimen where it works. I've heard someone say how rice water broke her hair out. Now, this is the caution on it. You cannot do this every single day all the time. It's a treatment. It's just like doing henna every single day. That's too much for your hair. You can't do a treatment every single day. So if that's why your hair broke out or something, that could be the reason. And there is someone here on YouTube who is cautioning people about that, because it is a protein. It's strengthening your hair, and too much strength will make it pop. Even Curly Poppers talks about that. She does something about with a pasta. If she has too much moisture or too much strength. If it's too much strength, it pops. So if the pasta doesn't have any moisture, then it pops. But if it has some moisture, then it has that elasticity. But if it has too much, it gets mushy and it breaks. So we know that now. So keep that in mind. We want long hair and we want healthy hair, but we can't get so desperate that we overdo stuff. We need to keep our regimens are very important because it keeps us balanced, and it just keeps things in a balanced state. Speaking of balance, one more thing that rice water does is that it brings your hair back to its pH balance when it's fermented. So when the rice is fermented, it lowers its pH and it actually matches our hair better, and it will help us balance our hair pH. So I think that's all I can say about rice water. I've talked about it before, but I think it took me till now to just give in finally, regardless of if it smells or not, and just say, I'm making this a staple part of my regimen, and I'm encouraging my lovelies to do the same. And I want to hear your responses. And I've already gotten one of my subscribers that's helping me and help me realize I can actually add things to it. So thank you so much for you, and God bless you guys, and keep Jesus a part of your journey. And I'll be back on for more health tips for our hair, our body, our mind, body, and spirit. Okay, I'll see you next time. We are creeping up to 5,000 subscribers. Say bye, Rocco. Bye. Bye, y'all. See you next time.